Hello everyone, welcome to Educational Avenue. Today we will start a new chapter in science, that is tissue. So in this chapter we will see first the definition of tissue, then the types of tissue. There are mainly two types. We will see plants and animals. Okay, then we will see different types of tissue in plant and different types of tissues in animal. Okay, so we will start the chapter. So what is the definition of tissue? Like what exactly the tissue is? Before this we have seen the definition of cells. Okay, cell is the basic functional unit and functional and structural unit of life. Somehow the definition will match here. Tissue, it is a group of cells that have the similar structure and function. Like in the definition you can see the cells should have the similar structure and function. Like if I will take a similar structure of a group of cell like this, so this we can consider is at tissue. Okay, so this can be considered as a tissue. They will have the similar structure. You can see the shape of the cells. There are group of cells, okay, and they completely forming a tissue. They will do the same function, means all the cell will perform at a single time to do a same function. Understood? So the definition is it is a group of cells that have the similar structure and function. Now next is the type of tissue. So there are mainly two types of tissue, that is plant and animal. Okay, this tissue is divided into two parts, plant tissue and animal tissue. Okay, so plant will have a different types, meristematic tissue, and second you will see wait the first type of this plant tissue will be meristematic tissue, second is permanent tissue. So two types of tissue you will see in the plants. First is meristematic and second is the permanent. Okay, now we will see some types of animal also. First is epithelial, second is connective, third is muscular, and fourth you will see nervous. So these are the four types of animal tissue. We will see all this type one by one. First we will start from the plant tissue. Okay, this is the first type that we will see of the tissue. Plant tissue is basically divided into two parts. First is meristematic and second is permanent. Okay, so what is this meristematic tissue? See, meristematic tissue you will see that will have the dividing capacity. You can see the plants, like normal plants you can see, they will grow. Like if you will give water, sunlight and air, if it will be provided to the plants, they start growing. So that growing part is because of which tissue? That is because of this meristematic one. Okay, so what is the reason of that? Meristematic tissue is having a capacity to divide. Like in the human being, you can see the humans grow from small to big. So how they grow? The cells divide themselves inside the body, and because of that the size grows. Same process in the plants also we can see. Like meristematic tissue is helping for the growing of plants. Okay, so meristematic tissue is having the capacity to divide. In plant tissue, the meristematic tissue are the one meristematic tissue. So it has the capacity to divide. Okay. Second, you can say for meristematic tissue is there are three types of meristematic tissue. Okay, for meristematic tissue I am writing this MT, capital M, capital T, based on the location. Like where these three types are found, on that basis it has been divided into three parts. Okay, first is apical, second is lateral, and third is intercalary. So these are the three types of the meristematic tissue. Like you can see, the plants is having different areas to divide. So this apical meristem you will find on the tips of the plant, like the growing part. You will see the plant tip there. It is having the ability to divide. Because of that only the length of the plant grows, because of this apical meristem. Because of this apical meristem the length is increasing. Okay, then second is the lateral meristem. So where this lateral meristem is present, you can see this lateral meristem in the nodes. Like these are present at the nodes. This will be tip of the plant. Third one is the intercalary. So this intercalary meristem, this lateral meristem, it is present in sidewise, you can say. The girth of the plant increases due to this lateral meristem only. The tip of the plant is having the apical meristem. Because of this the length increases. Third is the intercalary. They are present at the nodes. I will draw one diagram. From that one diagram you will get where exactly these three are. Okay, so these are the three types. First is the apical, second is the lateral, and third is the intercalary. First is present at the tip of the plants, either it is shoot or either it is root. This you have to remember. It will be either at the root or at the shoot for the increasing in length. Second is the lateral meristem, sidewise or girth you can say. And third is the intercalary, at the nodes of the plant it will be there. Okay, now I am drawing one diagram. So from that diagram you will get where exactly these three types of meristematic tissues are present. Suppose this is a simple diagram of a growing part. Either you this you considered either a root or a shoot, anything you can consider. This tip part will have the apical meristem. Okay, this tip part will have the apical meristem. Suppose some branches are there from this part. So this is the node part. You know this, it is the node part of the plant. So from anywhere some branches are coming now or leaves are coming, that part is considered as a node. Okay, so that node will have the intercalary meristem. Intercalary meristem, and this is the girth you can say. This is the lateral meristem. So these are the places, three places where you can see the three types of the meristematic tissue. This is present at the nodes, that is the intercalary meristem. This is the lateral meristem, and first is the apical meristem. So by the diagram you can see the positions or the places of the different types of meristematic tissue. Now next we will see permanent tissue. See, permanent tissues are nothing just opposite to the meristematic tissue. Like what was the function of meristematic tissue? It has the capacity to divide. Okay, but here the permanent tissues are not having any capacity to divide. Permanent tissue. Okay, so this tissue is not having any capacity. It lost the capacity to divide. Okay, it doesn't have any capacity to divide. So one example if I will take, suppose this is the tip of the any plant, and it is having a apical meristem. So because of this the length of the plant will increase. Suppose this was the initial length. After some time, after a day or a few days, if you will see, the length will be increased. Okay, now this apical meristem will shift from this part to this part. Okay, now the apical meristem was initially here, but after few days if you will see, the apical meristem positions will be changed. So this, the previous one, it will become or it will behave as a permanent tissue. That is the definition it lost the capacity to divide. Now this part will never divide after some time when the apical meristem will change the position, or it will increase the length of the position. So permanent tissue is the one that lost the capacity to divide. Then it lost the capacity to divide and division, you can also say. Like the cells divide, like this is the cell. Now it will form two cells. So it is dividing now. But this permanent tissue lost this capacity. Okay. Now it will have three types. We will see the three types of the permanent tissue. This is the main thing that you have to remember in the permanent tissue. It is of three types. First is the parenchyma. Second is the collenchyma. Third is the sclerenchyma. Okay, these are the three types of the permanent tissue. So, where are these three types of permanent tissue present? Like you will see wherever the permanent tissues are there, na? Like suppose this is the layer. This is the epidermal layer. Epidermis. Okay. After some time I will say what is this. I will say about this epidermis. Just example I am giving you to show these three types. Like these three types where it present. Suppose this is the first layer. So this will behave as a parenchyma. Okay. Below this some cells will be there. Then it will have a layer of the cells, you can say. Okay. So you will have a layer of the cells. So now we will see the first type of this permanent tissue. What is this? Parenchyma. So parenchyma, you can say by the simple example, it is most common permanent tissue. Like wherever you will see na permanent tissue, this parenchyma is the most common type. It will consist of a unspecialized cell with a thin cell wall. Like suppose one cell, if you will take, this will have a thin cell wall. This is the main character of a parenchyma, you can say. Like the cells of this tissue will have a thin layer of the cell wall, and because of this it will be behaving as a living, it will behave as a living. Okay, so this cell is living cell of this parenchyma tissue. So these two character you can learn for this parenchyma. First is the parenchyma cell will have a thin cell wall. The cell of the parenchyma are living cell. Then some more points for this parenchyma are they are loosely arranged and thus have a large spaces between cell. Like suppose this is the one cell. If we will talk about the group of cell of this tissue, so they are loosely arranged like this. Okay, spaces you can see, spaces will be there between the cells. So because of that they are loosely arranged. So these are the characteristics of the parenchyma tissue. And in parenchyma tissue, the cell, first it is having a thin cell wall, second it is a living cell, and third it will have spaces between the cells. Because of that it will be arranged loosely. Okay, One type of this parenchyma, you can say, if this cell is green in color, so this cell is green in color, suppose, so it will have a chlorophyll inside that cell, so that cell will considered as a chlorenchyma. The name you can see, chlorenchyma. So that chlorenchyma is because of the presence of the chlorophyll. So this is one basic example you can say for the parenchyma. Now next we will see the next type of this permanent tissue, that is the collenchyma. Okay, so collenchyma are is the second type of the permanent tissue. So what are the characteristics of this collenchyma? It is flexible in nature, like you can see the tendrils of the plants. So that tendrils of the plant, you can say that tendrils is having a capacity to flex, means it will have a flexible capacity, like if the wind speed of the wind is high or more, that tendril is movable in any direction. So the flexibility in a plant is due to this collenchyma. So characteristic of this parent collenchyma, you can say the collenchyma is flexible in plant cells, and due to this it allows the bending in various parts of the plants. One example is tendrils. Stem is also there. Some stems are able to move in any direction because it is having a flexible character. So in climbers, you can see the climber stems are very flexible in nature. That is because of this collenchyma. Okay, and one more thing, it provides the mechanical support. It provides mechanical support to the plant. These things you have to remember for collenchyma. Mechanical support, provides flexibility. Okay, like in tendrils. Okay, climbers are also there. So this is the collenchyma. So next we will see about the last type of this permanent tissue, that is sclerenchyma. Okay, this is the third type of the permanent tissue, that is sclerenchyma. So this sclerenchyma tissue is dead in nature. Okay, this sclerenchyma is dead in nature, like the cells of this sclerenchyma will be dead. It will provide the, you can say, you have seen the coconut cells, like it is very hard in nature. So that part is because of this sclerenchyma, that inside of the coconut, you can see it will have a fibrous like thing. So that is because of the sclerenchyma. Okay, that example you can take it. So what is the function of this sclerenchyma? It provides strength to the plant. The plant is having the strength because of this sclerenchyma. And the cells are tightly packed. They will be tightly packed with each other. Because of that, they will not have any spaces between the cell. Cells are dead. Okay, no space between the cell. Okay, so this is about the sclerenchyma. Just one diagram I am giving you for these three types. In that you will have a clearance like what exactly or how exactly it look like. So for first, that is the parenchyma. That was easy, that you can understand by the diagram also. You will see spaces are there. Okay, these are living cells. This is parenchyma. This is the first cell of the permanent tissue, that is the parenchyma. Second, you can see suppose this four cells I will take for the second type, that is the collenchyma. So one characteristic, the main characteristic of this collenchyma, I will say, the cells corner, like these corner, all the corners, not a single corner will be left, all the corner are thick due to the presence of lignin. Okay, sorry, this lignin is not present in the collenchyma. Just you remember this, for collenchyma the corner of the cells are thick. Okay, then next, this will have living cell. So next type of this permanent tissue that I will draw, sclerenchyma. So this cell so the cells of this sclerenchyma, just one diagram or one cell I am showing you, it will be thick all over the corner, like this only, all the cells will be thick. Okay, all the cells will be thick at the corner. This is due to the lignin. In sclerenchyma lignin is present. So these are the three types of the permanent tissue that you have seen. Now we will see the next type of the tissue. Before this, two simple topics are there for the plant only. First is the epidermis. See, epidermis is nothing, just the definition you can say, like the upper layer of anything. Like if we will talk about human body, the upper layer is the skin. So that skin is acting as a epidermis or the epithelial, you can say. Like for animal we will use the term epithelial, but for the plant we will use the epidermis term. So epidermis is the upper layer of anything. So epidermis you can say, the outermost layer of cell is called the epidermis, and it is made up of cells. And second topic in this plant only we will see, that is stomata. So stomata are what, like this shape you can see in the, this shape you can see, like this is the leaf now. So this is very big I have drawn here, but it is very micro in size. This is the guard cell. Okay, this is complete the stomata. Like stomata, the opening pores of the leaf, like on the leaf, if you will see, some pores are present. So that pore is this stomata. So what is the function of this stomata? The stomata help in the exchange of gases, like oxygen is there, carbon dioxide is there. So it is having small, like the epidermis will have a small holes on the leaf. That is, you can say, the stomata. Stomata is closed by kidney shaped guard cell. The shape of this guard cell you can see, it is kidney shape. Okay, so this is the stomata. Now we will see the next topic, that is the animal tissue. So what were the four types of the animal tissue? First is epithelial tissue. So what is this epithelial tissue? Epithelial tissue, example I have told you earlier only in the epidermis. So the skin is called the epithelial tissue. You can say epithelial tissue is the outermost layer. So what is this? Okay, before this animal tissue, we will see one more topic, that is complex tissue. Okay, we will see one more topic, that is complex tissue. See, this complex tissue is of two types, xylem and phloem. So xylem, for we can say the characteristics of xylem. Xylem helps in the transportation of water and minerals. So from where we will, means from where the plant will get the water and minerals. So we used to provide the water to the root of the plant. So from there they will get the water, and in soil only and the water only the minerals will be there. So from the root it will carry out the water and mineral to all the other parts of the body. So this is the main function of this xylem, for the transportation of water and minerals from the root to other parts. Okay, this will transport water and mineral. The direction of this xylem, you can say it is unidirectional. Like, why I am saying this unidirectional? The root, from root the water is going to upside of the plant, so that you can say in the unidirection, in one direction it is going only. Okay, this xylem will have some different types. So before saying this phloem, we will see the different types of this xylem. Parts, you can say, for this xylem. Tracheids, vessels, xylem fiber, and xylem parenchyma. So these are the four types of the xylem: tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma, and xylem fiber. So these are the four types you can see. In these all four, All are dead except this xylem parenchyma. This xylem parenchyma is living in nature, and all other three are dead. This thing you have to remember in xylem. In xylem, three types are there that is dead. That is tracheids, vessels, xylem fiber. And the last one, that is xylem parenchyma, it is living in nature. Next is the phloem. Next is the phloem. See, in xylem, what was the transportation? Water and minerals. So what left now? Food. So phloem will transport the food. So where this food it will come? Leaves used to do the process of photosynthesis. So that photosynthesis will prepare the food for the plants. So that food will be transported by the help of this phloem. So it will transport the food from leaves to other part. Because of that you can say this is bidirectional in nature. From leaves to two parts, upside of the means above that leaf or towards the root also. So because of that only it is said as the bidirectional, like, or bidirectional or multi-direction you can also say. So these two are the uh, uh, definition or characteristic, sorry, it is the characteristic of the phloem. It transports the food. Where it will transport? It will transport in bidirectional or in multi-direction. From one leaf to many direction it can goes. Okay. Now we will see some types of this phloem. There will be some types of the phloem. First is the sieve cells, sieve tubes, companion cell, then phloem fiber, and last is the phloem parenchyma. So these are the five types of the phloem. In this, all the phloem cells like sieve cells, sieve tubes, then companion cell and phloem parenchyma. These four are living in nature. Okay, these three living, this last is living, and this fiber is dead. So sieve cell, sieve tube, companion cell and phloem parenchyma. It is living in nature, and the only thing that is phloem fiber is dead in nature. So this thing you have to see in the phloem. Now we will see animal tissue. Hmm. Animal tissue. In animal tissue, first we will see the epithelial. So epithelial tissue will have some types. First is the squamous epithelial. Second, you can take it as columnar epithelial. Third, cuboidal epithelial. Fourth, you can say one special type, glandular epithelial. So these are the four types of the epithelial tissue. Okay. So this epithelial tissue, some characteristic I will say, like the covering parts and the protective tissue in animal body is the epithelial tissue. It covers most of the organ and cavities within the body. Like most organs and most organ and cavities, it will be surrounded with this epithelial tissue. Okay. One example it will come for this epithelial tissue, like okay, we will see after completing this four. First is the squamous epithelial. So what exactly this is squamous epithelial? So squamous epithelial or simple squamous epithelial cells, they are thin and flat in nature. First, I will explain you about the squamous epithelial. So the cells of this squamous epithelial will be flat, like this you can say. This is not exactly looking like a flat, just the tile of the floorings you have seen now. So that will be behave, that you can consider as example for this squamous epithelial. The cells will be flat and thin. Okay, this squamous epithelial cells will be flat and thin in nature. So where this is present? First is the skin. The skin is the type of squamous epithelium, means example of squamous epithelium. Okay. Next is the oesophagus and the lining of the mouth. Skin, oesophagus and lining of mouth. These are the three places where you can see this squamous epithelium. Okay. Now next we will see second type. Second type is the columnar we will take. So columnar tissues cell will be column-like structure. This is the structure you can see. This columnar tissue will have a column-like structure. Okay. Or pillar-like also you can say. This is the structure of the columnar tissue cells. Now, one main character of this columnar epithelial tissue, I will say, this columnar cells will have a hair-like structure on the upper part or the surface of the cells. This is hair-like. Okay. This hair-like we will call cilia. The name given to this part is the cilia. Because of the presence of this cilia only, one main character or one defined name of this type of cell, it is given ciliated columnar epithelium. One name has been given to this type of the cells of the columnar tissues. Like all the cells will not be like this. Some cells are present in the body where it will have the cilia on the surface. That is the hair-like structure and the name is given ciliated columnar epithelium. So where this is present, you can see this in the respiratory tract. This you can see in the respiratory tract. Okay, some more places are there where you can see this. Like in the intestine you can see this. Okay, in the intestine, for the absorption and the secretion process, this columnar tissue is present there. So next type we will see, that is the cuboidal epithelial. So by the name, can you guess the shape of the cuboidal epithelial? Third is the cuboidal epithelium. So the name is simple. This will have a cuboid like structure. Okay, the shape will be like this. So the main function you can say for this cuboidal epithelium is it provides the mechanical supports. Provides mechanical support. In the columnar epithelium, what was the function? It is having a function of secretion and absorption, you can say. In the intestine, here in the cuboidal epithelium, it provides the mechanical support, that is the function of this cuboidal epithelium. Shapes will be cube shape. This will be cube, not cuboidal. Okay, the shape will be cube. Now next we will see, that is fourth type. This is the special type of this epithelial tissue, you can say, that is the glandular epithelium. Glandular epithelium. So this glandular epithelium, where it is present by the name, can you guess? Yeah, the name gland you can see. So where glands will have this glandular epithelium. So what is the function of the gland? They used to secrete something. Okay, like example, if I will take sebaceous gland, you have you know now. So sebaceous gland, what is the purpose of the sebaceous gland? So sebaceous gland secretes the oil on the face, on the body, you can say. So that is helping in secretion of anything. So this is about your glandular epithelium. Now the epithelial tissue is completed. Next is the connective tissue. See, the name of the connective tissue, you can decide the function by the name only. Connective means it is making a connection between the two places. Like if we will talk about the blood is the type of a or example of a connective tissue. So blood, what is the function of blood? It connects, like it collects the oxygen from the lungs and it will provide that oxygen to other parts of the body. So that is having a connection between the lung and the other parts. That's why the name, you can say, it is a connective tissue. Many other examples are there for this connective tissue. Examples are there: blood, lymph, areolar, adipose. Okay, these are the examples of this connective tissue that you can say. Tendon is there, ligament is there, bone is there, cartilage is there. Okay, so you can see these are the example of this connective tissue. What is the function of the blood? It will carry the oxygen or carbon dioxide or any other gases from one place to another. Lymph is also a type of fluid. Okay, it is a type of fluid in the lymphocytes. Lymphocytes are there in the body. That is the place where this lymph is found. Next is the areolar tissues. Areolar tissues is also a type of example of the connective tissue. This you can found around the organs. Like organs are having a cushion, or the it will have some gap. So that gap will be filled by this areolar only. This adipose tissue you can say, or you can see this in the body fats. Wherever you will find the body fats, now there is the adipose tissue, it will present there. This tendon, the main function of this tendon, it will bind muscles to bone. Like the bone of the body will be connected with the muscles. Like every bone have their particular muscle, so that muscle will be connected to the bone by the help of this tendon only. Next is the ligament. It binds bone to bone. Like the bones are having the joints, instead of that also there will have another attachment between the two bones by the help of this ligament. Then bone and cartilage. Bone is the hardest part, you can say, not the hardest part, but it is one of the hard part of the body. It will have some cells. Okay, that cells this bone will have, because of that cell only the bone is hard in nature. Next, this cartilage where you can see, like the pinna, pinna of the ear, like the upper part of the ear will consist of this cartilage only. Okay, these are the types of the, or examples you can say, for connective tissue. Now we will see the next type of the animal tissue. That is the muscular tissue. So this will have a three different type: stratified, smooth, and cardiac. So where are these three types of muscular tissues are found? Before that, we will see diagram. Like this stratified, the name is given because of the alternate light and dark band. Like the color you can see, dark, light, dark. So this is having alternation of colors. Because of that stration only, the name is given stratified. This will have nucleus on the surface. Okay, because of this it is considered as a multinucleus or multinucleated. Second is the smooth. The diagram of this, just simple diagram I will draw for this. Like each cell will have the single nucleus. These are the nucleus. These are the nucleus. So this is not stratified, or this will not have any color, alternation of color. This will be smooth in nature. Okay, first is the stratified, that is multinucleated. Second is the smooth muscle, that is single nucleated or uninucleated. Okay, third is the cardiac. Cardiac, by the name only you can say where it will present. It is present in the heart. So diagram will be like, So here the branches you will see. Here these are the branches you can see. Wait. So this will have a branch, like this is the branch. So this is branch in nature, okay, and it will have the nucleus. So this cardiac muscular tissue will be found in the heart, okay. First is the stratified, that you can see in the muscles. Like the muscles is having the fiber, na, muscles is having the fiber, it is present in the muscles. Smooth muscular tissue is the, it is present, you can see this smooth muscles in the bronchioles of the lungs, like in the lungs lining you can see this. Then the iris of eyes, this smooth muscles is there, okay. This third type you already know where it will present, this is cardiac tissue. So this is present in the heart only, okay, and this will be uninucleated just like the smooth muscles. So these are the types of the muscular tissue, okay. Now next we will see the nervous tissue. This is the last topic of our chapter, nervous tissue. By the name you can guess where it is present. Name you can see like nervous tissue. So where are the these nerves, like neuron cells you have seen. So neuron cells, all the cells, if they will form a group, it will form the nervous tissue. So in this nervous tissue, only one main thing that I have to draw the diagram. From that only, so this is the, this is the diagram of the neuron cell. I will label this also. This is the dendrites. This is the axon. This is the nerve ending, or axon terminal, you can also say this. Axon terminal. This is the nucleus. This is cell body, okay. This is the myelin sheath. Okay, so this is the diagram of a neuron cell. This is the diagram of neuron cell. So the main thing that I will discuss here, how the impulses or how the information will carry from which direction to which direction. So this is the cell body, from this to this direction of impulse will be there. From this cell body it will flow through the axon and it will reach the axon terminal. Then this axon terminal will pass to the other neuron cell. Okay, this I am just explaining for the impulsion or the direction of the information, from which to which direction it will get carried. So from cell body to the axon terminal, like the main function of this neuron cell is what? For transforming the information, for transferring the information from, like if we are touching anything, like we are touching the things in the bedroom, in anywhere, you can say, like you are touching a hot utensil by your hand. So from your hand, how you are getting feel that something is hot there. So in the hand, neuron cells are there. It will transfer the information from one neuron cell to other neuron cell. So that neuron cell will have this direction. From the cell body to axon terminal it will pass. From axon terminal it will reach the another cell. From that it will reach the another cell, like the same direction. Okay. So this is about your nervous tissue. In nervous tissue, one neuron cell is there that I have to teach you. That was the main topic. Okay. So this was about your tissue chapter. Hope you like the video. Okay. If you have any doubt, you can ask in the comment section. Thank you.